the players are getting everything they need from that so that we can prepare them as well as we can for the NAB series now, which is great because obviously this year, whilst we didn't win many games, I think we won 1 out of 5, so we get to play against some Melbourne teams, which was great for us. We sort of come up against Sandringham, Dandenong and Eastern, which are all pretty strong teams, and at that point, after we'd played those 3 teams, they were sitting 1, 2 and 3 on the ladder, so for us it was, whilst you look at the margin at the end of the game and you think, it's pretty daunting, but for our players, that's a money can't buy sort of experience, and then they get to get out of the Queensland bubble and the club situation and get to see what the actual grand footy landscape looks like for that age group, and again, the biggest thing for them, and again, I sort of prepared for the worst when we were playing against those, knowing what Sandringham and especially Dandenong were like, and what players they had and what the word was coming out of Melbourne was they were pretty strong. I thought whilst the scoreboard in those games didn't really reflect for us how the game went totally, but at moments we showed that we can actually match it with these guys. We just couldn't do it for long enough, and that's sort of a bit of the not knowing what you don't know kind of thing. So, but it was a really good learning point for those guys. So the NAB series was a pretty hectic sort of time for us in the academy, and obviously it's great for the players to get out there and show their wares, and obviously with the Allies squad getting put together at the end of that as well, it was great that even though that our team success probably wasn't where we wanted it to, there was sort of 8 guys, including Tozer, who didn't get to play any unfortunately, but put their hand up and got in the final Ally squad, which for us was really good. And then obviously with Will Martin being named one of the vice captains as well, of that was a real feather in his cap for the the work that he's been doing, and obviously the other boys as well, because to be able to come from obviously Tom Griffiths, another one who had a knee injury all last year and come back and to slot into that, Noel Cumberling just sort of coming in and showing some of the things that he's done, and then the work that Samson Ryan, Bruce Seville and Nick Haber as well, the other 3 outside of Kobe that are in that squad, they all had their moments and showed that what you are regarded as one of the best sort of 45 or 50 out of the Allied states, I guess. So yeah, that was a pretty hectic sort of period through the NAB series. We got through that, and then now it's into sort of the rep games now, which is another exciting time for me, just to be able to see how these guys go and how we sort of prepared them for this, and how they stack up against not only just their Allies counterparts, but also the guys that are in the other sort of more traditional states, for lack of a better description.